Alright, so just going to make a YouTube video here. This is going to be about Chinese fairings, and basically I'm going to be just doing an honest unboxing. I flip bikes. I've used Chinese fairings before. I've had good results, but I've seen a lot of negative reviews online, and my feeling is that when people want to talk shit about something, you can't fill that bus up quick enough, you know. But as far as good reviews, I think people don't really care. They're happy with the product, they move on for the most part. But if they're unhappy with something, people love to bitch and complain. So, but reality is that a lot of these fairings are cheap. So what I have here is I purchased a bike that I've always wanted. I've had a ton of bikes in my life. This is a Honda rc51. The reason I've wanted this bike forever is I just love the sound. I love how different this bike is. It's a V-twin. You see the radiators on the side. The body's just always been so sexy. The tailpipes, both just the gauge on it. I remember, you know, when this bike was out in 2001, just how much sexier this thing was than a lot of the other bikes. So I purchased this thing on eBay. Was using my girlfriend's account. Didn't even realize I put a bid on it at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I did, and it happened to be 10 miles up the road. And as you can see, there's some scratches there. It's nothing too major because, as you can see, it's pretty much just taken off the sticker there. There's a little side it's gone through in there, but the paint underneath is still good here. You see the guy had a frame slider. It obviously went down. So I'm going to open up for the first time. Hopefully there's no broken tabs, nothing broken on here. And actually, let me put another note on here. When you order these, this is a big fucking box here, and it's coming from China. And it has to come into the US and it has to go through customs. And what happens a lot of the times, because the manufacturers get blamed for it, is they'll cut this box open, they'll take out the parts, and they'll make sure it's not filled with cocaine or explosives or something like that. So obviously these guys that are doing it at customs don't give a shit, and they're just gonna pull it out, throw it back in, and that's how you get a lot of damage. Oh boy, I just noticed this hole here. Hopefully there's nothing too bad in there and here. Obviously these boxes are brand new, so any damage that you see on them is done during shipping, and obviously the guys that manufacture these don't want any problems. So box has some wear on it. It's bowled out here. You see how this is kind of compressed in. This is obviously hit pretty hard on this end. So let's go ahead and go through there. And from LaGuardia, we came through New York, and that's where the customs was. So right on top. Alright. This is a nice surprise, I guess. Because this is a windshield. Did not know this windshield was coming. So, looks like I got a free item here. I already got a real nice windshield on there. It's a uranium type that's basically like a chromish one. It's nice. It doesn't really look like the double bubble type, but it looks nice. So see, I like the outside quality on this. Alright, so let's do a close-up. I like the outside quality on this, but the inside quality, I could tell there's some little dust or something that's landed on there, it seems like. But it's still definitely see-through, although it's like a dark tint. These drill holes are kind of but no, I would say I would say 9 out of 10. Alright. Alright, so this piss here. There's a little paint thing there. I don't know if you can kind of see that. There we go, I got the light on it. Yeah, I don't know what that is right there. It looks like it's more of a physical thing. The drill holes are alright. You see where they didn't paint completely on there. That would be nice if you had completely painted it. Feels a little bit flimsy, but this is a part that you know, doesn't have too much holding it, so I guess that's alright. Take a close look at the paint here. It's very orange peely. But that's alright, I guess. I don't know. I'm still, so far I'm happy. Because again, I don't even have this piece here, so just to have it, period. Alright, so I brought this out here so you can see a lot better with the sun. Gotta say, I'm really happy with this. This is really good. That last piece looked like shit compared to this, so I'm not seeing any imperfections or anything. Huh. Alright, that's good. I mean, honestly, I'd have to say I'm looking to give this a 9 out of 10. But, yeah, alright, these drill holes are kind of... You can see what they did was they drilled it out, and from the heat it came apart a little bit, but I can't complain about that. I'm gonna have to give this thing a 10. Oh. And there's a little scratch right there. Wow, look at this. Oh, this paint job's really good. This paint job's really good. So, oh yeah, well, they kind of fucked up, but I don't mind it. This 1000R sticker, this is supposed to be black, but what they did was they made it in the same type of silver. Now, this is something that wasn't on there. I had custom ordered this because, you know, again, I flip bikes, I work on bikes, so, you know, I basically told them I wanted to get an account with them. There's the 1000R again. So I sent them a request that I needed the 1000R to be there, and I'm actually happy about that mistake. Kind of like how the 1000 matches this. So this paint also, the other thing is, it's a metallic. It's a really good metallic. It's not just like a silver. I can see there's a little bit of flake, you know. It's pretty shiny on it. So again, I'm looking for imperfections. Alright. You can see that there's some dark, I'm not sure what that is. And again, the way that this hole is cut, not the best. But it's 95% of the way there. Again, that's something that I can do with a Dremel. You want to use a Dremel anyways and just make sure everything is good on it. And by the way, this piece here, for instance, you're not going to be able to see that once that screw's covering. Yeah, maybe I should show this here. I don't know if you can kind of see that. It looks like it was plastic welded on there. Let's see how that is from the other side. Yeah, it definitely looks like they put some kind of plastic weld on there. And then if you look over here, looks like there's some type of epoxy right there. I'm looking here. Oh yeah, it does feel a little different. I was going to say, are these two pieces that were snapped together? And look over here, there's a little bit of, but that's alright. Again, that gets covered, and this whole piece here is just beautiful looking. Minor scratch right there. I don't know if that can be seen. But these tabs are good here. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to say 9 out of 10 on this again. So this is one of the pieces that go underneath here. So it's gonna go like that. This piece, you can tell it looks like there's a bunch of, I don't know if you can see that, it looks like there's a bunch of plastic weld on this, you know, like it was bent up into shape. It looks like it was made much cheaper, like almost a different grade of plastic. It's very sturdy. It seems a lot more sturdy than the other stuff. And the paint on it is real, it almost looks like Plasti Dip. Real dull. Alright, so I'm not happy with the way, yeah, and then the inside here, you can tell it just kind of looks like garbage. And then there's pieces in there, who knows if you can see that. It's much of that white, shiny stuff. So I'm not too pleased with this at all, really. Now look at the way, I don't know. Oh, here we go. So you can see the different colored glue that's used to put on there. So that's not good. That kind of worries me, because I've heard that these fairings come flying off and stuff, and I always thought, well, if you're using good bolts and everything, oh yeah, look at that. So they put that glue on there and then it dripped down. Could have wiped that off, because that's going to be a fitting issue right there. You're going to have to take that out, use a Dremel. But yeah, you can tell how it's a little bit flimsy. I know. It's not too bad. Alright, so I already see a couple of things. Alright, so the paint on it, I will say, is good. So I'm going to start inspecting around here. Alright, so here's a, you can see that, that's a droplet. You can tell that's of the clear. So it's pretty much all good. The RC looks nice. Paint is looking right there at the end. Looks like scratched up, like it was just scratched up and wasn't sanded down before painted. Not too bad, very minor. Again, I'm just looking real close at this. You kind of see right there this little thing. I might not even be able to pick this up on camera. Okay, well, there's definitely some damage there. See that right there? You can hear it. You check out these tabs here. Again, it looks like they're glued on. Yeah, especially that one. All of them. Yeah, you can tell over here they bent it in. Alright, so I'd give this an 8. I will I'll say this: if this bike is on the side of the road, I'm not noticing any of this, but I'm being picky here. So the bottom part is real good. I had him take put the racing part on there myself, and there was another decal up here I had him remove. Okay, so that is a scratch right there. It's near the top, which sucks. It's like a circular one there and then a straight one right there. So this is good. So one thing I definitely notice is that put this at an angle. You can kind of tell that this R was painted. Instead of using a sticker like they did here on a decal, you can tell this RVT was painted. And if you look here, you see how it's just completely uneven. There's a little bubble right there, but there's physical lines you can feel. That's pretty bad on the V there. I don't know if you can kind of see that. But standing far away, something you really notice. Most of the paint is good. Quality of the paint is good too, for sure. This black is nice. A little dust on here. Let's see if that's a sticker. No, that's all paint. I also use 3 kinds of paint on there, and then the rest of the stuff is all just, you can feel it's decals above it. And I did ask him to put another coat of clear on here. So yeah, so this is pretty good actually. Again, standing far away. Alright. Alright. This one looks a lot, I don't see this paint here, you know, as far as the lines on it look a lot better. The lines, they're just straight lines, they're not all wavy and everything like the other one. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say this, I don't think there's anything really wrong with this side at all. I don't see a single scratch or abrasion or anything. Check out the back here. This side looks really good. Alright. Some extra heat shield, another thing with heat shield. And this is the last piece here, which is the cowl for the seat. What the fuck? Yeah, there's a hole in it. Why, I don't know. Alright, so this one here there's a hole in, and the other one that I had there's no hole in. And then I also just noticed this. This is the one that was on the bike. This is the one that I just bought. So as you can see, the lines are different. They go in about the same area, I guess, but I mean the paint on it is good, but I don't know what that hole's all about. Well, there's what I wanted with the 1000R, but again the silver, that works too. And I'm going to go ahead, wrap the exhaust, just put a new chain on it, change all the filters, put a new oil, I just change this out, hydraulic clutch fluid, adjust everything, clean everything. So overall, I'd have to say that let's say that I'm actually really happy, because the thing that keeps recurring in my mind is shit, you know, I'm worried about those tabs and if it's going to fit, but that's another video. So this one's just about the quality of the material and everything. And I guess at this point right now, I'm going to say in 7.5, 8 out of 10, be solid 8. With the amount of money that I'm saving, yeah, it's a solid 8 as far as how much these cost compared to going with OEM. Couple minor problems, but I think it's if I just pulled up at a bike night or something like that, I don't think anyone's going to see him, notice him, or anything like that. This bike's going to be nice when I'm done with it. LED lights, alarm system, everything. So that's it. There's some other bikes I got in my stable here. I'm working on the Hayabusa. Been saying that for years. R1, 07, my favorite bikes. And I love riding this bike too. This is a VTX 1300, and it's just fun riding it because I take this and the engine and everything sounds the same as the VTX, but that VTX has just so much more power and better handling and a lot of fun. So here's my review, and would I recommend the Chinese fairings? Yeah, definitely, 100%. You're getting what you're paying for. Again, you're paying, I don't know, 30% of the price, and you're getting 85% of the quality. But again, we'll see how it fits. Alright, so one thing I just kind of was looking at, as far as this back piece that goes on here, which you'll see, doesn't really fit too well. Sort of got it on there, but not really. As you can see, it's not it's not fitting correctly at all. Sort of, but again, it's still kind of sticking up. Assuming I could modify this a little bit, push this stuff down, but it obviously doesn't fit. But the big thing on here is flip this over. I wasn't thinking about this. This is completely flat right here, and so we'll put this here. This is the other piece that I got. Actually, we'll go ahead and flip it so it's the same position. And so here's the one that's on the bike right now, and as you can see, these are screwed in. 2 screws up top, 2 on the side there, 2 there on the bottom, and then kind of pivots in there. Obviously that goes right to a round bar, and this is the one that I got, which obviously looks like it screws in as well, but there's nothing for it to screw into. There's no holes there or anything like that. I don't know if they forgot. That's how it's supposed to come. You can also kind of see on there, it's not the best job on the cutting. This is again a cheap oh, look at that, they got the Honda part in there and everything for the mold. It's a good thing. But you can tell it's a harder, stronger material. But when I line these up together, you'll see that's all where it's supposed to. You see that ring is a lot thicker than this one. The other one appears to be brass. This is just some kind of coat hanger type material. The big thing is back here, you see these bottoms are totally different. So I don't know if I'm going to have to cut that out and place another bracket on there or something, but and then I don't know how I'm going to get this onto there. I guess I could epoxy it into the correct position. And also on this one here, you see, I guess the whole tail must be different. You see it's got these wings here, it's got nothing, it's just smooth. yeah, again, even just looking at this, this is an aftermarket, I believe. It might be OEM fairing. See those sides? They're totally different material. Install it tomorrow morning.